Ahsoka and Padme have been poisoned, and Anakin is on a quest to find the cure. We watched Mystery of a Thousand Moons for our Clone Wars Chronological Rewatch, so now it's time to break it all down.
Despite Nouveau Vendi being captured in the previous episode, the Blue Shadow virus escapes and poisons everyone still stuck inside the underground lab. Anakin and Obi-Wan travel to Iego to find the necessary ingredient to create a cure, but then are stuck on the planet thanks to a separatist energy field. They all work together to liberate the people, return to Naboo, and save their friends.
The theme of this episode is a single chance is a galaxy of hope, and that kind of reminded me of Jyn Erso's line in Rogue One, where she talks about taking every chance they get until the chances are spent. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how this episode plays out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a continuing theme throughout all of Star Wars, pretty much.
Yeah, just overcoming obstacles, and in this episode specifically, Obi-Wan and Anakin are thrown obstacle after obstacle. They're like, you need this root for the antidote, but it's over on this moon. And they get to the moon and they're like, well, the root belongs to these man-eating plants. And then they get the root and they're like, well, now you can't leave the planet. And
yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff going on that they had to keep overcoming.
This kid in the episode that has his own like little personal droid army, I find kind of odd and out of place, but I wonder what he's up to.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably just chilling with his little droid army. Not really army, they're just servants.
Yeah. But I just thought that was really odd, but also really funny that he's just got a bunch of droids that he has do whatever he wants for him.
It was a little out of place. Like, he didn't really do much for the... Like, he was needed for...
He was there to...
technological reasons.
Yeah, that, and I guess to tell them where the root could be found.
Yeah. He was just what an eccentric young man.
Yeah.
But yeah, also with Jabo and the other citizens of Iego, they have lost hope of ever leaving their planet because they have like the superstition that some ghost is going to kill you if you leave.
Yeah.
Because the Separatists left an energy field there. And it's not until Obi-Wan and Anakin come along and offer them some hope that they start to perk back up. And they're like, maybe we can leave if we want to.
It's kind of like the head Lerman guy who is like set in his ways. I thought of him when the guy was like, there's a ghost, we can't leave.
Yeah, it is that crazy old coot.
Yeah.
That Corrin guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very similar. And then I guess on the flip side, where someone didn't give in to despair at all, were Padme and Ahsoka. Like, they're straight up poisoned, but they're immediately like, Anakin's going to save us.
Yeah.
Like, they have hope, and that allows them to contain the virus and not let it escape and hurt anyone else on Naboo.
Mm-hmm. It's funny at the end of the episode when they say that they're going to help train Jar Jar with a blaster because his clumsiness is the whole reason why Padme gets, like, infected.
Yeah. It's his fault that she's poisoned in the first place, but Rex is like, I'm not training him. That's that's the one area where there's no hope.
Yeah.
Like that should have been the end of this episode. It's like, there's not hope for everything.
Yeah. And there's also no hope for Anakin and Obi-Wan not being a bickering old married couple.
Yeah, they're kind of adorable in this episode. Before wrapping up, let's go over some random trivia from the episode. The Angels of Iego, first mentioned by Anakin in The Phantom Menace, make their first appearance here.
The city of Cliffhold is based on some concept art by Doug Chain for The Phantom Menace. The Arabesh sign seen on the lower left of the image reads Crystal Skull.
The Separatist energy field is fired out of a dish that looks similar to the Death Star's super laser. Since the Separatists were the original designers of the Death Star, it's possible they created this technology while attempting to figure out how to make the super weapon.
Just like the First Order Stormtrooper helmets, we learn that the Clone Trooper helmets do not filter out toxins like the Blue Shadow virus.
You can also find those facts on StarWars.com's episode guides, and they're currently doing a chronological rewatch on their website as well if you want to check that out. I'll put a link in the description of all the episodes listed out chronologically, but that's it for today. Next week, we'll cover Season 1, Episode 19, Storm over Ryloth, if you want to watch along. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel,
follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook,
and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.